Hi everybody, day one of No Spend August. I should rename it Low Spend because I had planned on stocking up on some produce. So I get my money at the beginning of the month. So that's kind of when I had planned to go to Costco and get what I needed. So even though this is the first day of the no spend, I did buy a few things. I needed dog food and eggs, just things that I thought I would get for the month because I do not want to go to Costco again. So I'm planning my shopping trips hopefully to once this month, but I may have to go in between and get some produce because most produce won't last that long. So anyway, kind of a funny story. I was I got in line and I was right there, and I don't know if you're familiar with Costco, but you put the cart on one side and you go on the other side. And I was the only one in line yet, and this little old man, he must have been close to 100. He toodles right by me and just like I'm not even there. He doesn't look at me. He doesn't acknowledge that I'm there. He just proceeds to put his stuff on the belt like I wasn't even there. Anyway, I just kind of was taken a little aback, and I didn't say anything because he was just a cute little old guy. But I guess there are some benefits to being very elderly, and one of them is you don't need to follow the rules of standing in line. You just do your own thing. So anyway, and he didn't have much, so I would have told him to go ahead of me. Here's what I needed and bought for the month at Costco. No more trips. That'll be it for this month. Dishwasher detergent, some rolls. They got this coconut cream. They were out of it, and I want to make some yogurt with that. Some avocados, some mangoes. Need pea pads for the little doggy and dog food, and the rest of it was for my doggies. So that's what I bought. I know I've shown this before, but I wanted to show it again because it's part of my no spend, low spend month. So I have all my spices. This is not all of them. I have another cabinet, but I keep some of my extra spices in here. It's my little Amish little cabinet I bought. And I know you've all seen my very big basement stair pantry. So that's that, and it's very neat and organized, and that's part of what I'm going to shop in this month. So I'll take you to some more places where I store my food. Here at the bottom of my basement stairs, I also have some food stored, so I'll be shopping from there. And it's taken me a long time to gather all this food up, so I really don't see any big reason to go to the grocery store all the time. And then here is my other basement pantry. I keep my tomato products here, mushrooms, red cabbages, beets, some spices and herbs from my garden that I dried, some other spices, beans, coconut oil sprays. Down here I have some miscellaneous things, olives, artichokes, some applesauce. And here down at the bottom I have some salsas and sauces, some almond milk, some juices. So this is also where I store some of my food. And in this cabinet I store some of my sugars and baking things, pastas, more baking things. Down here I do have some dried potatoes, some ramen, a few more baking things, and down at the bottom I have some Vital Wheat gluten, things like that. So this is where I store my overflow of food, and it's part of my prepper series, but I thought I would show it because it's also part of my low shopping month. And most of the time I do shop from my pantry because I have it. Up here I have extra soaps, hand soaps, plastic bags, baggies, storage baggies, and so I keep extras of that too. Here I store mostly beans and rice, and down here I have extra flour and bread flour. So I always like to at least keep one extra of everything on hand, sometimes two. Last but not least, this is my upstairs pantry. It's in my laundry room, and I keep some more flour up there, egg replacers, baking things, spices, mostly spices and things in here, pastas. These are things I use more often, and when I run out I go in the basement and go shop down there. I keep these drawers. They're organized with pantry staples and food. And over here are some more spices and some sauces down there. A Lizzie dog. Keep my extra coffee down there. And dog food. And goodies like crackers and chocolates and those sorts of things. And up here I keep some snacks, some potato chips, tortilla chips, popcorn, those sorts of things. So that is all my food storage, and that is why I shop my pantry most of the time, and that's what I'm planning on doing this month. Okay, pretty much the end of day one of no spend. Did I no spend? Well, actually, no. I got ready to no spend. So I got my notebook all prepared. I got this at the Dollar Tree a few days ago. And I printed off all my sheets, my guide to what I'm supposed to be doing. I did mine in black and white. If you download it, it comes in color, but I did mine in black and white because it's cheaper to buy a black and white cartridge than a color cartridge, and it works just as well. So it's the instruction sheet. I did sign a contract with myself, and I also did the ground rules. And my ground rules for the month are the only thing that I can buy are dog food and treats because they're my dogs, and essential toiletries and produce. And you saw my extensive pantry, so I really shouldn't need anything besides those things. At least that's the goal. And I want to work on paying off a couple of bills. And the things that I'm not allowed to buy this month at all is clothing and decor items, because that's what I do. So I'm going to have to stay out of the Dollar Tree. I'm going to have to stay out of my favorite stores. And that's the only way that I can accomplish this. So anyway, this was actually a planned shop because, as I said, I get some money at the beginning of the month, and I just wanted to get the things that I thought I would need for the month. And I don't plan on going back to Costco. I had to fill up my car with gas, and I'm hoping that lasts me at least 2 weeks. Um, I drive to the boat a lot on the weekends, and that's a longer drive than what I normally do the rest of the year, but it's, only for the summer. So that's kind of planned in. So I really didn't buy anything that I hadn't planned on buying. I needed some dog food and some treats for them and just some basic things. And that should last me all month, maybe a little longer. I'm going to try and stretch it out. And then I did shop my freezer today for dinner. I had some frozen pizza in there, and I had bought some mushrooms and peppers, and I had some olives in the pantry. So I put that on the pizza, and it was really good. So, all in all, I would say day one has been successful. Um, I did the pantry tour, so you saw what an extensive prepper pantry I have. And I do like to keep that stocked, but I am not buying any more pantry items this month at all. I have plenty in there, and I should have enough to get me at least through. I probably have enough to get me through a whole year if I really wanted to, but I like to keep some food on hand. You never know, if a natural disaster strikes or something happens and you can't get to the store, um, a medical issue or something, which actually did happen to me when I broke my hip. I couldn't go out shopping for a good, was at least 2 months, and I was able to, live from the food that I had. So you never know. I've never been a bare bones person when it comes to storing up food. And to me, it's an investment, um, for harder times. So anyway, that was my day one, August 1st. And how did you do if you were thinking about going with a challenge? How did you do? Leave me a comment below, and hopefully day two will go well too. I have to go out now and go for my walk. That'll be day 3 of my walk. So I want to keep myself accountable on that too. And hopefully you'll be blessed with abundance. And I love you guys. And I'll see you next time. Mwah.